Has anyone else noticed that the Montreal Canadiens are red, white, and blue when the Canadian flag is only red and white, but the American flag is red, white, and blue? The more you know. What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotics, bringing you our Week 1 battle for the IBL Season 4. So today we're facing off against the Rhode Island Rotoms, coached by Top of the Meta, and from my understanding, he is relatively new to the Draft League format, so hopefully we can pick up a nice win against him, and I guess we'll have a good showing. I do want to have a good showing against him. I think we have a really good team. The matchup is pretty good. He doesn't really like sand. He does have Hitmontop, which kind of messes up sand completely, our version of sand at least, and well, yeah, let's get into the team matchup, guys. But before we do, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're just finding me, hi, my name is Matt. I do Pokemon Draft League stuff on YouTube. I also make list videos, so if you enjoy that kind of stuff, make sure to subscribe and leave a like on the video as well. Anyways, let's go over the matchups now. So our opponent has a very nice team with Landorus Therian with Z-Moves. He has Porygon-Z, Alomomola, Haxorus, Togekiss, Darmanitan, Mega Sceptile, Hitmontop, Wobbuffet, Alolan Persian, and Electrode. Now, Wobbuffet is pretty damn scary for me. That's why I really want to make sure I have rocks up. I want to make sure I can OHKO it right away, just in case he is Focus Sash. That's basically my plan, just set up and destroy things. I was so scared of that thing. So let's get into what we actually, well, let's get into what we have first. Our options are Excadrill with Z-Moves, Blaziken with Z-Moves, T-Tar, Tangrowth, Florges, Mismagius, Uxie, Porygon-Z, Samurott, and Mega Ampharos. Now let's get into the draft, well, the team recap, I guess. So we have Styx here, our Mismagius, one of the few Pokemon I actually have a nickname for on my roster. So if you see a Pokemon on the team, one of the Pokemon I just said before, so that's Excadrill, T-Tar, Tangrowth, Florges, Mismagius, Uxie, Blaziken, Porygon-Z, Samurott, Mega Ampharos. If you have a nickname for those, leave it in the comment section below. I will do my best to read it, and hopefully, maybe, the nickname you suggested will be my nickname for the next time I use it. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, sorry about that cut there, guys. But anyways, let's get into the team matchup finally. So to start off, we have our Mismagius here, Styx, which is Adrenaline Orb. We also have Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, Toxic, and Nasty Plot. Speed is there so we can outspeed a max speed Haxorus. I have enough special defense EV, so I don't know why. I think it's so we can take hits from the Porygon-Z a bit better. And maybe even Scalds from the Alomomola, or Togekiss' Air Slash. Basically those three. Can't go wrong with that. But we have the Nasty Plot there, so we can get to +2 against a lot of things. Toxic is there pretty much for the Porygon-Z alone, and I guess a bit of the Wobbuffet, but you know what, I think we're really good to go with this set, and it's going to be doing a lot of work for us, because his Ghost Resists are the Porygon-Z and, well, Persian, and Persian doesn't want to take a Dazzling Gleam, and Porygon-Z doesn't want to be Toxic, so right there, we're good to go. Anyways, moving on though, our next set, we have our Excadrill here, which is still unnicknamed. We have max attack, Adamant-Natured, enough speed so that at +2 in the sand, we outspeed a Scarfed Haxorus. Easy, right there. So we have our 2 stabs, Earthquake and Iron Head. We have Stealth Rocks and Swords Dance. Swords Dance is there because I want to be able to OHKO a potential Wobbuffet right away. And basically, yeah, easy. Next up though, we have T-Tar, which is also unnicknamed. We have Stealth Rock, Taunt, Ice Beam, and Toxic. Stealth Rock is there because we also have the 2 Rockers, because I want to make sure I get rocks up. It's very important to me this match because of the Darmanitan, because of the Landorus, because of the Wobbuffet, and because of the Porygon-Z. Chipping things down a lot is really, really important in this matchup. We have Taunt there because I don't want to allow the Porygon to recover. I don't want to allow the Alomomola to Wish. So yeah, then we have Ice Beam, which is our offensive move because I want to be able to take out that Landorus as quickly as possible. It also hits things decently hard like the Mega Sceptile, the Haxorus, the Togekiss, and yeah, and also the Hitmontop does decent damage to it because I'm predicting it to be fully defensive. Then we have the Toxic because, again, Porygon-Z, Alomomola, don't want to be Toxic. Done. We are very specially defensive, and yeah, we have a pretty good set here. Then we have our Florges, which is also unnamed. It is Moonblast, Wish, Heal Bell, and Toxic. Very physically defensive to take on that Hitmontop, which causes a lot of problems for us. And his other physical threats, not really the Darmanitan, because that thing is just scary for us to deal with. So scary. So yeah, I don't really want to go too much into this Florges set because there's nothing really special about it. Just a standard set, kind of mixed EVs, but mostly defensive. We then have, second to last, our Tangrowth here, Rapunzel, which is Copa Berry there for the Flynium Z Landorus. Leech Seed, Sleep Powder, Hidden Power Ice, Giga Drain. I believe the HP Ice, and the EVs, I should say, in special attack, so HP Ice always KOs after rocks. I think that's what it is. Don't quote me on that, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. The battle was a little while ago, so you have to forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was for. And then finally, we have Porygon-Z here, which I still don't have a nickname for. It's a really good Porygon-Z set, though. Tri-Attack, Substitute, Nasty Plot, and Agility. Nothing on his team resists Tri-Attack at all. We are max Special Defense with with 4 EVs in HP. And with this spread, it is impossible for a Porygon-Z without any investments in special attack to break our sub with an Ice Beam or a T-Bolt. Right there, done. He has to use the stab option to break our sub, guaranteed. So right there, we're good to go. Our special attack makes this it's nothing that impressive. I think it was more the HP, the special defense, and the speed. Speed is there, so that +2 we outspeed the Haxorus no matter what. I think that's what it was for. So yeah, it's that. We have a decent, a Scarf Haxorus no matter what when we have our agility up. So that's that, guys. We have a decent team here with Styx, our Mismagius, Excadrill. We have T-Tar, Florges, Rapunzel, our Tangrowth, and then we have Porygon-Z, which is also a native nickname. So that's that, guys. I will see you in a bit with the battle. Alright, guys, here we are back with the battle, and as you can see on your screen, he brought the Porygon to the Darmanitan, Alomomola, Haxorus, Hitmontop, and Landorus Therian. I think we have a pretty good matchup based on what he brought, and I think we can definitely take advantage of his team. So I'm deciding to lead off with my Mismagius in this situation. I think Mismagius does pretty well, and I think since he brought both Intimidators, my plan to get the Adrenaline Orb off is pretty much going to be a good idea, I think. But yeah, so I lead off with my Mismagius here, and again, if he leads off with anything else other than his offensive threats, I can just Toxic that, like the Alomomola or the Porygon-Z, and you're going to see right here that he will actually lead off with B.exe, his Porygon-Z. So we're going to be able to Toxic this thing right off the bat, and that's my plan here. I want to make sure this thing is chipped and willed down. He doesn't have a Heal Beller on his roster right now that he brought, so we're all good to go here, and basically I can try and take advantage of getting rid of this thing so my Porygon-Z can sweep, or even my Mismagius can do a ton of work if potentially it stays healthy. So as you can see, he's going to go now for the Shadow Ball, and the Shadow Ball is a decent play. I didn't think he was going to have room for Shadow Ball in the set, maybe Ice Beam, T-Bolt, Recover, and Toxic of his own, or T-Wave even, so that's what I was expecting, but he has room for the Shadow Ball, so good for him. Anyways, I switch out now and I go into my Tyranitar here because I wanted to resist the Shadow Ball, of course, and take very little damage from that, and get up my rocks. And I get up the Sand here, and he's actually going to pull a double himself and withdraw his Porygon-Z and go into, surprisingly, his Darmanitan here. And the Darmanitan is very scary. This turn I have to make a bit of a prediction whether he's going to go for U-turn or for the Superpower, and I predicted him to go for the U-turn, so I actually stayed in, and he did go for the U-turn, which is great, so I can freely get on my rocks here. And I'm expecting the Hitmontop to want to come out now because it is a very good answer to Sand in general, whether that's to my Tyranitar or my Excadrill, just with the priority Mach Punch and potential to run Technician, but of course he's running Intimidate this week. So I get my rocks up, and I'm predicting him to go for the Mach Punch now, so I'm going to switch out and go into my Tangrowth. If he goes to the Rapid Spin, that's fine too. I can just throw off a Sleep Powder after that and be good to go. But rocks aren't the biggest deal, it's just nice to have them up. That's pretty much it. So I now switch out into my Tangrowth here, Rapunzel, and Rapunzel will now go for the Sleep Powder. Yeah, and he goes for the Toxic, and unfortunately for him, he misses it. Now that is a big deal for him because he doesn't know my set, and I do have Heal Bell on my Florges, so it wasn't that big of a problem. And with Regenerator, Tangrowth getting Toxic isn't that big of a deal, especially since Florges gets a free switch in on the Aloe, the P2, or the Hitmontop. So he now goes for the Rapid Spin, does about 2 damage to me, and we can go for the Sleep Powder here, and thankfully we do end up landing that thing. So we're going to be able to put this thing to sleep and hopefully be able to start getting ready to sweep with our Porygon. So right now my plan is I'm going to switch out into my, I believe it was my Mismagius here, because I wanted to set up with that first and potentially break down his team, force him to send in something that couldn't, force him to send his Porygon to take me out, and then I could send in my Porygon-Z. So he's actually going to go into his Landorus here on the, well, I don't know why he went to Landorus, honestly, I really don't, but he did. So he's now going to, I'm now going to switch out into my Mismagius, and if I was a bit faster, then I would be able to get my Adrenaline Orb off and find out if this thing is Scarfed or not. So I go for the Dazzling Gleam here because I want to make sure that I actually hit something. If the Porygon-Z came, I want to do some damage to it, which may not have been the best play, but getting that chip damage is important. It's good to know he's not Scarfed, and he goes for the knockoff there to take us out, revealing that we were actually Adrenaline Orb. I'm pretty sure it shows, right? Yeah, it shows. So we are Adrenaline Orb, yeah, and we're now down. We are down actually 6-5 early on in the match, but Mismagius did his job. It chipped down the Landorus, showing that it's not Scarfed, and it made it so that we know that the made so that the Porygon-Z was Toxic. Anyways, right here I go for the Agility, predicting either the switch out or even staying in. I have enough EVs to make, I have enough HP EVs to make sure I always live in Earthquake from Admin Landorus there, so I made sure I went for the Agility there. And at this point here, I'm just going to throw off a sub because the Porygon-Z comes in and he traces our adaptability, which is fine. I don't think he's going to have Tri-Attack on his set, so I decided to go straight for my substitute now, as Poison damage and Sand damage will be racking up for him. So hopefully we can start setting up with our PZ and put it to work. So I do go for that sub right here, and he is actually going to, I believe, go for the Ice Beam now. And I said in the team builder, I EV'd my Porygon-2 to never have its sub broken by an Ice Beam. Sorry, I EV'd my Porygon-Z to never have its sub broken by Porygon-2, but as you can see, he got a crit, and that crit didn't matter to break my sub. So I'm just going to go for a sub again. Like, why not? He doesn't seem to have any investment into special attack, so I can just go for the substitute again, wear him down with Toxic, which was my plan, and then go for the nasty plots the next turn because I will be able to live this hit from the Porygon-2. So let's see how much Ice Beam does here. Will it break our sub? And it will not. So we're going to be able to get a free nasty plot off and then be able to get up another sub, and by that point he will be down to the Toxic Poison, assuming he doesn't recover. So I can potentially get the +4 here, depending on what happens with his moves, whether it's recover or just Ice Beams. So with my nasty plot now, so we're +2/+2, Porygon-Z behind a sub, and I haven't even revealed that we Tri Attack. So we should be doing a ton of damage to our opponents. Anyways, he goes for the Ice Beam now, and he will be able to break it this time because that was the second hit. And we are now back in front of our sub, getting some leftovers recovery back, and it looks like the Porygon-Z is going to be very, very, well, weakened. You see, it's going to die at the next Toxic turn, so I'm just going to go straight for my substitute here. No point not going for that. If he does go for recover, then I will go for the Tri Attack the next turn and be able to wear it down that way. But he goes for the Ice Beam here, no big deal. We're behind the sub, nothing will outspeed us because he is Scarfed. Well, even if he has Scarfed our Manatine or Scarfed Haxorus, nothing outspeeds us. And the him on top is asleep, so we can't break our sub with the Mach Punch since he hasn't burned any sleep turns yet. And the Porygon-2 goes down, so big kill pickup for the Mismagius. Styx picks up the first kill of the season for us, and we are now tied at 5-5. Because of the Darmanitan, I'm assuming he thinks he's going to outspeed, but because we are +2/+2 and guaranteed outspeed, I hit the Tri Attack, and we will pick up a KO guaranteed 100% on the Darmanitan. So one of the biggest threats to our team is actually gone. The next biggest threat is that him on top and the Landorus if it is potentially a double dance set, even though I don't think it is. So yeah, I mean, we're in a really good spot here. Nothing can break our sub. Well, everything can break our sub, but yeah, anyways, he sends in the Alomomola, and depending on his special defense investment, he can live this hit, and that's why I want to hit the +4. But as you're going to see here, Alomomola does not appreciate this hit, and it just goes down right away. So I guess that wasn't a roll. I guess it might have been a roll. We might have gotten a high roll, but the standard set on Showdown with like 40 defense, 40 HP EVs and like a bunch in the rest in like defense and special defense was a like roll in my favor to KO with the Tri Attack. Anyways, he goes into his him on top for the Intimidate, and it doesn't affect, obviously. He goes for the Mach Punch there, that's why he outsped, and you're going to see that we're going to be able to go for the Tri Attack here. If he is Assault Vest, which he is not because he revealed the Toxic, we won't be able to take him out, but of course he is not, so we can drop that thing in one hit. And it looks like Porygon-Z, we did crit him there, the crit did not matter. It looks like Porygon-Z is going to be picking up a nice 5-0 win, or 5-0 sweep. All that's up to the Landorus and the Haxorus, and he sends out this Haxorus right now, and you already know we're going to outspeed this thing, guaranteed. He breaks the mold, it's fine, and Haxorus will now go down to the incoming Tri Attack. So we are really racking on kills with the Porygon-Z, and he only has one mon left, being that Landorus, and Landorus can't beat my entire team on his own, so of course we are definitely going to pick up a win. Now it just matters if maybe he has like Rock Blast or something that takes a sub, but we're at a really good amount of health, we're behind a sub, we're in a great position, and it looks like it's going to be a 5-0 win for us. So yeah, I mean, like, I'm really happy with the way this Porygon-Z set turned out. It was perfect. The max special defense EVs with the 4 in HP was awesome. It made it so that the Porygon-2 could never break our sub, and we were able to set up freely on that thing, which is amazing. And yeah, right there we pick up a nice 5-0 win against the Rhode Island Rotoms in our first matchup for the IBL. So that's awesome. We had a really good showing. I'm happy with the way we executed our plan. Excadrill and T-Tar didn't really get to do very much. Neither did Flores didn't hit the field, but Mismagius did its job. It toxic the Porygon, which was the plan, and Porygon-Z did its job and much more, sweeping his entire roster. Anyways guys, that is our battle this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I make a ton of awesome content ranging from top 10s to battles like this one, whether it's Wi-Fi or Showdown, whatever you like, and other discussion videos which will be coming out more often in the near future. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.